lumpy at first while we had to keep low over airspace, but after that it was lovely. Great scenery. Gave Adrian a go at flying, which he really enjoyed, and don't think he'd have any problems at all flying one of these, especially sitting from the front seat. Interesting, nice crosswind landing onto the grass, and I think everyone enjoyed that actually. They're getting a lot more confidence on the crosswinds. And now hopefully going to see some of the Cambrai battlefields.
It is a monument which was not designed by an artist or by an architect or by a sculptor or by a painter. It's a monument which was designed by the shells of the enemy and by the blood of their crew. Because inside this tank, 5 boys were killed, and these men has put their DNA into the tank. So this is why it is more than a monument, it is also a memorial. And this is why for me it's more important than just a bronze statue or something like that. This is really a very poignant monument. So because of the citation with the London Gazette and etc., as you know, we know exactly what this boy has done. We know that he was part of the second wave, which have to capture the part of the support line of the Hindenburg line. We know that his tank was driven on 5 different objectives by the infantry. The infantry here was the 51st, the Highland Infantry. So the 5 objectives were overwhelmed. So then the tank commander decided to enter the village. The tank passed in that street where we are. And you can notice that there is some impact on the wall, on the brick of the wall, that is machine gun fire. And this impact could have been done by that particular tank when she passed in that street with the air crew. That was the last minutes of that crew and that tank in good condition. So just when the tank reached the traffic cross, she turned right and she started to do the last 200 yards, 300 yards. And just when she reached the edge of the village, the outskirts of the village, a German field gun, similar to this one here behind, a 77 field gun, was waiting after its prize. And the tank appeared, and then 5 direct hits got the tank, killing 5 of the crew. 3 of the crew were able to get out of that infernal position. So on the crew of 8, 5 were killed, stay in the tank, 3 get out, and among them was Second Lieutenant Heap. So he was able to collect the 2 survivors, and he brings them back to the British line, and in spite of the sniper fire, in spite of the machine gun fire, because no other tank was able to enter into the village on that morning. When the tank commander reached the British line, of course, for his bravery, for what he has done, she was one of the tanks who have been the closest from the final objective for the tanks. And for his bravery, he was awarded the MC. So the British consider the Battle of Cambrai like a success because of the first days, and the German consider the Battle of Cambrai also like a success for the other days, that means after the 30th of November, because in that case, that was their part, and they were able to refill the gap and to reorganize their position.
In reality, it's nice to come here and understand what it was like for those people in them times with not so good technology, and how they had to fight their way to make themselves breathe. Even being inside that tank, it's ludicrous.
It was very noisy and also very smoky. There was a lot of fume from the exhaust pipe, so that brings the men to collapse or to vomiting into their tank after a few hours of fighting into a tank. Or we can consider the Battle of Cambrai the first battle of the 20th century. This is what the Battle of Cambrai is. It's a turning into the First World War. The Battle of Cambrai shows that the tank could be efficient if they are used in mass and by surprise. And that was an evidence which was shown during the Battle of Amiens, the 8th August 1918. But in that case, the Battle of Amiens was not anymore a tank battle, it was a multi-corps battle, because everybody do its part, and it was a great success, and it was a black day. The German call it the black day of the German army. It was the first day which brings the 100 days which will end the First World War.